And I have been helping revenue generators do their job. Now, I will confess, there have been one or two times in my entire career that we are going to get into what I call a sticky wicket. I was in Malaysia and I was running everything, which, that's a typical title and role I'm going to take on in corporate America. And you could tell one of the men, and I will say this was, you guys will be able to guess what country he was from, was just like so not going to show up. If looks could kill, I wouldn't be here today. And and I'm processing what's wrong? What did I doing? How come I'm not connecting? Well, his country didn't have any women in leadership of any kind because at that point they were aborting female children so they didn't come into the world.
Wow.
So I was up against every possible cultural norm that he and I think what's most important is when I tell that story, I'm not doing it for shock. I'm not saying I was right, he was wrong. That's all he knew.
Yeah. Again, as you said, it's a cultural
It's a
difference.
cultural thing, and we can get me on a soliloquy about ugly Americans, and we won't do that. I hope to never, ever, ever. I'm so embarrassed by my peers sometimes, but anyhow, and so he was somewhere near me that evening, and as is true anytime I end up in Asia, there is nothing they love more than making me sing karaoke because I'm hideous and they can all laugh at me. And, go a step further. I'm going to sing California Girls because it's really obvious, right? And I'm still hideous, right? So it's always good. Let's get me up there. Let's like go, oh my God, I forgot earplugs and roast the heck out of me. That's all fine. So he got a fabulous laugh. Actually, he was being punished because he had to hear me sing all together. And so afterwards, I went over and I said, may I touch you on the hand? And he like looked at me and he goes, yes. And so I reached out and I touched his hand and I said, I know I've made you very uncomfortable this week. I know that just my presence is probably something that you would rather twitch your nose and make me evaporate. He goes, can I do that? I said, oh, if I had that skill, I would do it for myself. So no, I don't have that. And he's beginning you can tell I'm using humor to kind of bring down his defenses. I already know he got a good laugh on me. Not a problem. And I said to him, at the end of this week, you are going to go back home. You're going to spend time with your family. You're going to be part of your culture. But you work for a company that we need you to achieve certain things, and that brings you pride and provides for your family. And he goes, well, yes, of course. I said, could you consider grapple with it tonight? You can pretend I'm a man. You can tell them you got it from the coolest human you ever met and leave my name out. But I really do know what I'm doing. And at the end, what we are doing here